Hi everybody, I'm Richard with GunsHolstersandGear.com, and today I want to talk a little bit about Black Man with a Gun. Black Man with a Gun is a book all about gun rights, racist roots of gun control, and a little bit about what you can do to improve your own safety in life. The book's written by Ken Blanchard. Ken Blanchard actually is a friend of mine, so if this review is a little biased, so be it. Regardless, I think it's a great book. Ken's also a podcaster. For those of you familiar with podcasting, basically they're syndicated radio shows that are completely free. You can get on the internet. You can download them and listen to them to your computer, or you can listen to them on heck, any number of devices, whether it's your iPhone or your Android phone or your iPod or whatever. Ken's got a podcast called The Urban Shooter, and if you listen to that, you're going to get a real good flair or a real good feel for the kind of flair that Ken does have. Ken's an absolutely amazing person. You read this book, you're going to get a little bit of insight into who Ken is. You're also going to get a great insight into the history of gun control and the history of gun ownership in America, but from a perspective that may be a little different than what many of you might be familiar with. Ken obviously is a black man. He's an African American, and because of that, he has actually experienced some fairly unique, or at least different from many people's perspectives, biases against gun ownership, things that you wouldn't normally think of, things that might surprise you even. He talks about things like Saturday night specials. We've all heard that term. How many of you, though, realize what a racist term that is? Ken talks about that. Ken also talks about why in the black community there are so many people that seem to be anti-gun, even though it doesn't make sense that they would be. You would think that a lot of these independent-minded people would actually be pro-gun, pro-freedom, pro-Second Amendment. He talks about why that is. Ken also talks about the basics of self-protection, finding a gun that's going to be right for you, or finding a gun that fits you, how to practice with that gun, what kind of ammunition you like. Now, even if you are very familiar with firearms, and even if you know all about shooting and you've taken a lot of great classes and you're squared away on self-defense issues, just from the historical perspective, this book is well worth every penny Ken asked for this. Support a brother out. Help my friend, my brother from a different mother, Ken Blanchard. Also check out the Urban Shooter podcast. It's completely free. Type into Google Urban Shooter, Black Man with a Gun. Either one of those will work. You're going to get Ken's website. He's going to show you how to download his completely free podcast. Again, I highly recommend this book. If I'm biased because I know Ken, so be it. Ken's a great guy, so is the book. Be safe.